Good morning, YouTube. It's Thunder Dan back at it again. What is up? Last week, fail. I was out. I fished Saturday and Sunday, and I got nothing. As my other fellow Delaware YouTubers were out there, they were having just the same amount of non-success of catching fish. I saw one gentleman. He only caught one all day. But that's just how it was that weekend. I think it was just a sucky weekend. Not only was it windy, it rained on top of cold, and those three things together, never a good thing. And basically, I didn't last. I was a wimp. I digress to this week here, and it's still cold. 32 degrees, just barely at freezing or just above. We're at the pond right around the corner from me. I didn't feel like going far because I know tomorrow when I go out, I'm going to do a lot of pond hopping, and hopefully we can get some fish on. We're going to find a pond or a lake that's going to give us something, whether it be bass or crappie or sunnies, whatever the case may be. I cannot fathom in my mind if I go to several ponds, we're not going to get anything. This one right here, like I said, is a heavily pressured pond. If we get one, that's great. If we get two, that's awesome. If we get more than that, well, I'm a fishing god. No, I'm just kidding. I do not want to get out of this warm car, but in order to make this episode work, we're going to do that. I got my rods, I got my minnows, I got my skull cap, I got my gloves. Let's make it happen. All right, so we got our rods, we got our minnows, and right off the bat, we already got an obstacle. We're going to be dealing with a gaggle of geese right here. I don't know if they're going to fall into the pond and cause a ruckus or decide to fly off, but we're going to walk our way over here, try not to disturb them much. And I saw the pond wasn't frozen here, but now as I walk up to it, the shallower parts are frozen. It's a very thin layer of ice, so we are relegated right over to this side here, which is kind of good because I think the bass will be over here in the deep side. But here we go. Just what we need, birds disturbing my bass Valhalla here. But give me a second to get down here and get situated. We'll get the baits on, we'll throw them right out in this area right here and right where the fountain normally sits at, but we're gonna wait for this geese to come across. Dang you geese. All right, you know I'm gonna regret this. Like I said, it's 32 degrees. The main thing you have to worry about is exposure. My hands are going to be in water. Thankfully, I got my gloves in my pocket. They're not going to offer a lot of protection, but when it gets down to these colder and colder times in the year, you want to try to get something that's got thinsulate in it that try to keep your hands warm, because obviously you lose most of your heat through your appendages, hands, feet, namely your head. My bald old head, I know if I had that baseball cap on that you saw at the beginning right there, I would be freezing to death. So I got my skull cap to keep most of the heat into my body, and I'm in layers as usual. So let me stop stalling, get my hands into the cold water, get a minnow on there, and let's make it happen. The one good thing I did do is I didn't want these minnows to freeze to death in my car. I brought them inside, so the water is reasonably warm, but it ain't gonna take long. It's gonna take about 10 or 15 minutes and it'll drop right on down. All right, so we got our first minnow on. I'm gonna cast over here where the fountain usually is at, and I'm gonna cast out here in the deep with the other rod, and we'll just sit here and wait it out. There we go. Let that sit out there. All right, I got my other rod ready to go, and we're gonna toss that bad boy out here. That was a horrible cast, guys. Let's bring that back in. And let's cast it way out there, guys, out in a fairly deep area. Drop that rod right here. I really want to give a recast on this one right here. I didn't get a very good cast off of this one. Again, I haven't been out all week, so the muscle memory is not the way it's supposed to be. There we go, much better cast. All right, guys, here we go. I think we got one. Here we go. Watch. That bass took that minnow right up underneath. Here we go. See if he does it again. I was busy futzing with the bobber over here because it wasn't moving like the way I wanted it to move. And then this one started moving around and going under. You can see it. Watch. Here we go. Fish on, guys. Fish on already. 15 minutes in. All right. Finally. Oh, look at this, guys. Look. So you can see the pond is frozen. Nice. Not even a pound, guys, but still. That's not bad for being here only 15 minutes. Let me get my pliers here because he's got it down in his mouth a little bit. But fish on. All right, here we go. Got some lesions on his mouth right here. I don't know what's going on with the tail over here. But I got to throw this fish far enough out there because if I'd thrown it right there, that fish would have had his head split wide open. Here we go. And she's gone. Boom. Well, that makes my day. We got something going on. And there are some big ones in here. I mean, I hope we get lucky and we get one of these nice 3 and 4 pounders. There's even a couple 5 pounders in this pond. But let's get it way out there. A little bit better. Minnows real lively. Since I can't seem to get my cast out far, we're going to, again, just walk around the perimeter right here. I think our best luck might be on the best side if I make my way over there. It just depends on what goes over here. Because, again, it is deeper on this side of the pond where I think the giants will be. And we'll play that corner right there because that's where I always catch my decent ones. As long as those geese stay over there, man, we're good, man. But I haven't seen these geese all summer, not even fall. This is the first time these geese have been on this pond. So maybe they're just resting over from wherever they normally go here in Delaware, but they just decided this weekend, we're going to land in our community pond. Yep, got them on. It's getting cold. It's funny, watch these geese. They're literally struggling to get across the ice. One's leading and the other are following right behind it. Check them out. They're really struggling. Watch them try to push hard. They can't figure it out, guys. There we go. Come on, guys. You can get it. They found a little path. The heck are these guys doing over here? All right, so we're over in the corner here where I know there's some decent ones during the summer days and for spring days. Maybe they got some cruisers sitting out here. They're sitting out in that deeper area. All right, guys, still no action. Again, I'm just tossing these minnows all around. We're gonna find them wherever the heck they're at. They're somewhere around here. Obviously, they're not on this bank right now, so we'll stay here for about another 15 minutes, and then we'll work along this edge over here. My hope is there's some sitting along where those dead, what used to be cattails, are at. If not, I know we get a lot of luck along that shoreline over there, a bunch of dinks and everything else, but got a little bit of action on this bobber right here. This might be a possibility right here. One issue we seem to be having right now, there's this ever so slight breeze blowing, and it's blowing the bobbers towards this way. I think once we get over that side and those bobbers blow out away from the shore, it should blow it out in that deeper area. Hopefully, maybe getting a decent strike. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and reel these up. We're going to go right over to this bank right here. We're going to cast out in the middle, and hopefully the breeze will blow right into these 2 patches over here, and there might be sitting right off those points some bass. I got to fix this bobber right here, but we're going to make our way around to the back end of the pond here. Okay, watching out for the rabbit holes. But somehow I got my line all discombobulated on this bobber that's swinging right in front of you here. But we still got our minnow on here. We'll toss that one out there while we're trying to fix this mess. As soon as I put this down here, you'll see how super clear this water is. I mean, look how clear that water is. I mean, they can see me from a mile away. You can see all the craziness that's going on right there. All right, we got her all fixed up. Grab another minnow. And, squirmer. These minnows, man, they are feisty despite the cold. All right, there we go. Toss her out there. Boom. And, Again, continue on with the waiting game. We're getting somewhat of a bounce on the bobber over here. But again, look at this right here. Look at that bobber move, man. I know there's a bass right on there. He's getting ready to move with it. See it? Here it goes, guys. Come on, take it. Fish on, guys. Nice, decent one. Little pounder, I think. All right. There we go. All right. All right, so we found the spot for right now. Good, decent size, nice color. And we still got our minnow. Look at the yellows on that fish, guys. Nice. Good hook set. It took almost an hour just to get that action back again. We found a little tiny honey hole. Nice little marking on the dorsal. But let's get that fish back in there. That's number 2, guys. She go. There she's buried right there. Boom. See it? I threw him and it went head first and stuck into the muck. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and reel this one up, and I have one to my right that's sitting right here in the middle of the backside here, and I'm gonna go ahead and cast this one over here in this far right hand corner, and just working our way around as I've been telling you. You only caught that one fish off this backside, and that's that. I'll tell you the one thing, next time I go out, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I got some weighted bobber so I can cast that thing out there a little further out. I think that's what my problem is right now with these bobbers because they're so light. Here we go, guys. We got one. Come on. Ah, I missed him. All right, one more toss with this one too. Looks like we might have one right here, guys. The right hand bobber. Farting around with it, but it's moving like there's a fish on it. Come on. Stop playing with it. Take it. Oh, here we go. Might be it right here. Yep, it's definitely going to be taking it. And my reel just decides it wants to... Like, look how crazy the bobber's sitting. You know something's on there. It's just... Here he goes. He's got it. Fish on, guys. Fish on. It was a matter of time. All right. Oh, it's a decent sized one, too. A little bigger than the other one. Oh, yes. All right. We got a good one, guys. We got a good one, man. Nice. Look at the size of this one. It was farting around with it for quite a while. That's about almost a 2-pounder. All right, let me get my pliers out because I don't want to hurt the fish here. But you saw how that bobber was, and when I saw that bobber sitting in an odd angle, I knew there was a fish on there. It's a matter of him just picking it up and rolling with it. You can see the minnow right up in the fish. But what a pretty little fish, guys. Finally got a decent one. But that minnow's gone. Fish still do eat live bait in the middle of winter. Thank you, Mr. Bass or Mrs. Bass, whichever you may be. But again, love the colors on it. So glad I'm having a productive episode today. But here we go, guys. She's gone. You see all the ice cracking and everything, right? All right, let's get off this corner. We're going to go on our last shoreline right over here. And again, might be some dinks right in here, but my area right there is, you can't see it, but where the fountain was, there's a pipe that's sticking up there, and it's semi kind of deep over there. I got a feeling there might be a bass or two sitting over there. Let's go ahead and pick the minnows back up here, guys. And we're on our last leg of the video here. All right, I checked this minnow right here. That minnow is still lively. We've still got a few more left in the bucket. But let's wander over here and put these guys down. And I'm going to get a little closer so you can see these rocks right here. I'm going to just cast beyond that and see if something's sitting right there. Right at that ice edge. Here we go. We got one. Come on, come on, come on. Fish on, fish on. All right. I knew there'd probably be one right over here. All right, guys, 4. We're having a good day today. Nice hook set. right in the oh man, that thing barely was on there, guys. It's a dink, man. Look at the colors on that thing. Isn't that crazy looking? Like I said, less than a pound, but it's still another fish. It's feisty as anything. And she gone. All right, there you have it. 32 degrees. Ice on the pond. And we caught fish. How about that? I mean, 4 hours of being frozen solid. My fingers are like Lincoln logs, and there's literally, like, it feels like 10,000 pins and needles going right through my hands right now. Again, dipping my hand in that minnow water. But you saw how slow those fish were hitting on those minnows and the bobbers there. I mean, the bobber was just barely moving, going in crazy little angles, and then all of a sudden you see it just going across the top of the water very slow. And then eventually you see the bobber gradually go under the water. So as soon as it was going gradually underneath, that's when I struck the fish, and they pretty much gave up, man. They weren't fighting for anything. They just said, "Up, bring me in." And you saw them, 4 dinks. That decent 2-pounder I caught out of there. But I'm not crying, guys. It's way better than what happened last week. I mean, that was, again, a fail on my part. But I knew we were going to get something over here. I know there's fish in here. So, again, patience is all it requires. I mean, you saw, like I said, 4 hours worth of time just to get those 5 fish. But it's worth it, man, to me. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you guys are warm, because I know I'm not. I'm going to try to do that right now. And as always, guys, like, subscribe, push that notification bell, and fish on.